Hey guys, and welcome back to the United Stand. And we have Natalie from Barmy Army, and you guys loved them last time when we spoke about women's football, and we have them back for it. So, Natalie, what's your take on how the teams performed? I mean, the last time we spoke, both the men and women's team had a chance of going and winning the title, but unfortunately, things have slipped, and we didn't end that great before the international break.
No, we didn't. Unfortunately, they lost to City and they lost to Reading. I think the City one, we've missed Tobin Heath. I know a lot of people, if they have watched the women's football at all this season, even not even watching Man United, just watching like Women's World Cups, Tobin Heath is a major player, one of the best wingers in the world, and we've really missed her. She's, for me, I describe her like Bruno, because she just creates loads of goals, loads of assists, scores when you need her. And we've really missed her. And unfortunately, we've pulled away from the pack. But I think Man United Women is a team that's two and a bit years old. For us to be in the Champions League spots against teams that are like 9-10 years old, going for ages. We were just saying before, we're 6 points off Arsenal now. So away from them, and it's looking good for Champions League spots. It's top three that are Champions League spots. So years into the project to be in the Champions League next year, that's the main aim. That's what we need to keep winning for.
You actually covered everything that I wanted to discuss in that statement. So I'm going to break that down, and I'm going to talk about Tobin Heath first. I completely agree. When she came to the side, there was a lot of talk that, oh, she's old, she may not be able to play the game in London and in Manchester, but she's been that integral part, similar to what you said, Bruno. So how crucial do you think that injury, where she's, I think, out for almost 3 months or 2 months now, how important do you think she was for our side? And she was like the Cantona of the women's team in the current age.
100%. Like, everything went through her, and even if it wasn't her scoring, it was her creating, it was her assisting, it was pre-assists, and it's just that catalyst. It's like, if anyone does watch the men's team, like Bruno, how they all raise the game when he's playing, how he encourages them. And she's the same. She's like, never give up, never say die. I mean, the first derby when she scored that rocket, we were 2-0 down. We were getting battered by City. We were lucky to only be 2, at the same time. And she just came on second half. This is how we're going to press. This is how we're going to do it. And she just scored that goal, and that was it. Even, games against Arsenal, setting the tone, laying down markers. I mean, it's a young squad, and so people saying she's old, I can see why they probably said it at the start, but you need that experience with young players, and I think she has it all. So she would know now how to get out of a situation like this. And I know she's doing a lot of coaching, probably on the sidelines, like telling them still, but you just need it on the pitch. You need someone to, as a young player, to look at and think, she's doing this is what I need to do. And I mean, it was before the international break. It's sort of like, I wouldn't say spite, but it was sort of all going down. It's a bit negative. So I think the break has done as well. Come back, rested, refreshed to go again, because it's all in our hands now. We can go and win that Champions League spot. Yeah, it's not what you want for Man United. You always want Man United to be winning. But like I said, it's a new team. It's only a couple of years old, and let's get that Champions League. Then let's start winning the titles. And for other teams to be worried over us only a couple of years in, says all you need to know about Man United. Says all you need to know about this women's team.
I couldn't agree more. But for the people who don't see women football that much, let me put it in this terms. Toby she was more like the Cavani for the men's team, to give that experience to such a youth side. You may not see the numbers that Bruno produces out of her, but the experience she brings to the side. And I remember, I think this was the same week Cavani scored against Southampton. The full discussion was Manchester United is being carried by the experienced players. Tobin Heath also put in a really good performance. But making this comparison, Natalie, do you think he's going to stick around next season? I think the contract ends come the end of this season. So do you think we can get her in for maybe another year or two?
I think definitely. I mean, if you listen to the way she speaks, she's on the United podcast soon coming up. So if you listen to the way she speaks about the club, about the welcome, about our ambitions, our investment, it's taken a while for us to start investing, but now we're doing it properly. And if you listen to the way she speaks about it, she loves it. She's loving her time. She's loving being that one that pushes the team forward. In the same way, like you say, Cavani and Bruno, you can tell they're thriving, you can tell they're loving it. So, like Cavani, I can definitely see her signing a new deal. I think if we get Champions League, she will want to be that person to carry them through and, put her experience on that competition. She's played in it before with Paris Saint-Germain, but not for long periods. So for me, I can definitely see them staying. Obviously, they come over because of COVID, because the American League wasn't on. So, they will miss their family. They will do all those things. But slowly, I think we're getting out of this situation. I think fans hopefully will come back. Maybe they might miss the women's season because it ends before the fans come back. But it'll be 2 games I'm hearing in the Premier League. So I think she'll see all that. She'll see Manchester buzzing again, and I think they're really enjoying the time. So hopefully that will make them think let's just stay here. Let's see what the Champions League's like with this team.
I think I agree with you. And we're talking about contracts. I think Leah Galton has signed a new one. There have been multiple. Hansen has Hansen signed a new one. I think Hansen has signed a new one as well. So I think we're headed in the right direction. But if I have to ask you, Tobin Heath is more or less out for the rest of the season. To be honest, who do you think can take over that position and guide the team in the right way?
I think like what you just said there, Hansen, it's time for, she's a young player, but I think she's about 21 or something, and Tooney's 21. It's, you've had that guidance of her. It's time for you guys to step up and, pull it through for us at the final hurdle. And I mean, a lot of them was scoring at the start. Tooney was scoring loads of goals at the start. Hansen was. So I think it's now their opportunity again to get the goals coming in for us. I know that Russo is a striker at the start, who's a young striker, but she's coming back in soon. I think basically in the next few weeks she'll be back in, and that's someone we've really missed anyway, including Tobin. So I think you'll see a lot from her when she's back. But these young players are now, not in a horrible way, but it is that pressure on them. Because if Cavani was injured, we'd look at Martial, we'd look at Greenwood, we'd look at Rashford again. So, if you're old enough, you're good enough. If you're good enough, you're old enough, kind of thing. So it's on the young ones now, yeah.
Yeah, that I couldn't agree more. But now shifting from the players to an outside controversial issue. I remember Megan Rapinoe came out and said, United should feel disgraceful because we started off so late. What are your takes on her comments? Because to a degree, I understand where she's coming from because women's football has picked up so significantly. But at the end of the day, we're still competing and we're a side that's doing pretty well. So do you think her comments are something that are worth taking note of?
Listen, I remember when all the comments came out and Katie Zellums, our captain, was like, why is she saying it now? Casey Stoney, 2 years too late, yeah? If you had said it the first year, fair enough, I could understand. Yes, it was too late. Yes, we were starting in the Championship. People probably thought we should have been starting with players like Tobin Heath from the start. But no, I think, why have you come out and said it now when we're doing so well? We were sitting top when she said it. Your 2 mates are come over and enjoying their life. I don't understand why she said it when she said it. Maybe she didn't know what Man United was about, but I don't know how she didn't know. But I don't know. I don't know why she said it when she said it, but she decided to say it. For me, Megan Rapinoe, she's not played a lot this year. Maybe she's trying to keep her name relevant. I don't know. She did all right for the USA this pass, but she needs to get herself playing regularly rather than worrying about teams that are doing well sitting top of WSL. I don't know.
She needs to do it on the pitch. She needs to get out of the media and just keep talking about things. But a person I believe has been integral, and I think all of us who watch women's football would agree to this, is Casey Stone. I think she's been there since day one, and the way the team has evolved around her is remarkable, to say the least. So how would you sum it up for the people that don't watch women's football? How do you think her involvement in growing this side has gone over the last 2.5 years?
Oh, like for me, Casey is the Alex Ferguson. That's how highly I'd rate her. She took this team that when it first started, it was her alone that went out and found 21 players to play, and she had to do it within like 6 weeks. She's setting the tone of the mentality, the expectations. You know what is expected when you play for Man United. You know, obviously a lot of people want to play for Man United, men and women, but you know, I think we've seen with the men's team a bit, you know, we've had to, when you don't have the right manager, that mentality is not there. And Casey's, even though she's not got anything to do with Man United, she's just come in and she's learned what the Man United mentality is, what it means to play for the badge, to play for this club, the history behind it. You know, recently it was her and Ollie putting wreaths out for the Munich tribute. So she knows what the club means to all the fans around the world, and you know, like you say, she is the integral part. I adore her. I think all fans do. I think everyone sort of loves her and respects her like that figure, like that Sir Alex figure for our women's team. And you know, obviously, no one's ever Sir Alex, but for me, that is a great comparison, and that's the closest that I could. You know, someone that I would say that is like for the women's team to describe it with any manager I've known in the men's team, it would be that kind of same aura that they have.
Yeah. And you know, it's remarkable to compare someone to the likes of Sir Alex Ferguson. I mean, just doing that in itself is an accomplishment, to say the least. But to look at it from historical side of things, Casey Stone did play for Arsenal and Liverpool, so she's idly a Scouser as well. So it's a Scouser that has come on to become a true devil. Don't you think so?
Yes, definitely. Well, she's brought when she, you know, because she left Liverpool and she went into management. She was the England Lionesses assistant to Phil Neville, and I think she was doing it, and she didn't like being English. She loves England. She's got 150 caps, but I think she wanted that day-to-day feeling. She wanted to have her own sort of stamp on it rather than being Phil Neville's assistant. And I think she sort of asked him like, "Oh, this job," and I think he sort of pushed her as well and said, "You'd be good for that." And I mean, she didn't get no help. They obviously interviewed her and said, "Bang, that's the one." But like you said, it is her stamp because she runs that club like he does. Like she has all the oversight of everything. It's a bit different in the women's game. Not as much money, there's a lot of free transfers and all that kind of stuff. So it can, if she says, "I want someone," it's reasonable to just go out and get it for them. And everyone she brings in is what she wants. Everyone who leaves is what she wants. So there's not that influence. It's just all through her. Everyone looks at her, and it must be tough for her because that pressure's coming. Man United are going towards the top, Champions League. So I'm not saying it's an easy job. It's not. It's going to be tougher. I know more people are watching, and then hopefully when fans are back, there'll be more fans in. We're not just like, "Oh yeah, third's okay forever." No, we want to be winning the league, but she knows that. She knows that. She accepts it, and she's going to grow with it. And like you say, it is a compliment to compare someone to him, but that's the only reason I compare it is because of the way she's running it the same, and the way she controls that whole club, the way the whole club respects her. That's why I say him and her. That's why I say that's the closest name I can think of.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. And before I come to predictions of how you think things are going to go down, the way women's football has changed at United is significant, because if you look at the best goal of the month, we've started seeing the women's goals being in there. We've started seeing the highlights of the women's games being put up on our YouTube channel of the official site. So it's very interesting how United is also promoting women's football after such a good season. I don't think it was similar last season. I don't remember seeing much football from the women's side on our YouTube channel. But it's good to say the least. I think after the World Cup, things have really changed, and hopefully, more people watch the game. I think they deserve that. But for the people who don't, Natalie, how would you sum up Manchester United women's football on the field? Is it similar to the men's side? Do you think it's the fast-paced Manchester United in the blood kind of thing. How would you sum up women's football?
Oh, 100%. I mean, that's how I describe it. When I see them play, that's how I describe it. Wing play, attacking down the wings, crossing balls into the box. You know, I said that name before, Alessia Russo, big headers and all that kind of thing. I definitely think they play the Man United way. I never say die, fight until the end. Them girls love it. They, like you say, it's what they deserve. They love playing for this badge. They love playing for this club. A lot of them are putting Man United over everything, and that's what you want from your players, isn't it? Really. So anyone who doesn't watch it, I'd say why not? It's a Man United team. It's the same. And like you say, Man United are putting more effort into it, so it's not something that's just going to go away. You know, you're seeing more adverts with them both. I know they're just an event now, and Tobin was on it talking about what's happening. You're seeing more now. They do these Man United podcasts. They're getting women players on as well. It's not something that's going to go away. It's something that's here to stay. Like you said, that we're getting into the Champions League now. It's going to be the first year, hopefully, for the women. So for me, it's a no-brainer to just get behind it and just watch it. And, you know, like you say, even if it's just the highlights, the little things, the skills, the goals, you know, like I said, Tobin Heath, absolutely world-class. So for me, some of the things that I've seen from these girls are absolutely amazing. I mean, that's why I go and watch them, because it's the same passion, it's the same love, it's the same badge. So why wouldn't I support it?
I think I completely agree with you. I couldn't really argue a single point you've made right now. So I'm gonna get into predictions from your side. First, starting off with the women's team, how do you see things ending? Do you think we can fight off City and Chelsea and maybe still challenge for the title, or do you think that's gone and we should just?
It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. I don't think we're gonna challenge for the title. I think we can finish second potentially. You know, that would be good, but you know, obviously it's not what we want. We want to be top, but I think that, like I said earlier, this team is about let's just get that Champions League spot, and then I think build for the summer to potentially winning the title next year. I didn't catch your last point.
I think you summed it up pretty well, but what I was saying is it's very similar to the Ole side where we're building. I think last season, even though COVID got it short, we had a significant gap between third and we were sitting fourth. I think there was almost a 10-point gap. But we're definitely progressing, and if Champions League is the next step, I think we can accept that. But switching off to something, you know, which is way more famous when it comes to Manchester United, and we ask everyone this: what's your take on the men's side? How do you see things going down out there? Do you think City can slip up, even though we personally think it's more or less over? How do you see the progress for Ole, and your thoughts on that?
Yeah, for me, Ole's doing a good job. And like what I said, it's the progress, it's the slowly building, it's miles off the title. So obviously 10 points isn't great, but we're in the second place. For me, I think we can close that gap. I'm not saying, we're definitely going to win the league or, you know, anything, but I think definitely let's get a trophy. Let's get a Europa League, or let's get an FA Cup. Just, you know, sitting second and then having 2 trophies, for me, that's progress again. And like you say, I think for both these teams, it's going to be what they how they build it, how they go even further. Backing both teams, backing Ollie to get the players, backing Casey to get the players, and I think, you know, soon we're going to see the women and men winning both titles together, and hopefully fans and everyone could come over and watch it together, because I think it's going to be a great next few years for these teams for our club.
Yeah. I think it would be perfect. I remember when we spoke to you last time, it was more like this could be the year both the women and the men's team win collectively. But let's hope that happens. Let's hope that happens next season. I know both of us need to run to see the Chelsea game. But thank you so much, Natalie, for coming on. Guys, do check out Barmy Army. Their links will be in the description below. But until then, we'll see you next time, guys. Do like, share, and subscribe. Bye-bye.
Hey guys, thank you so much for watching this video. This video has been brought to you by WAC Essentials. They have some of the craziest football t-shirts you'll see. You can see some of them on your screen right now. We've also added the link to their website on your screen. Do check them out, visit their website. And for the special viewers of United Star, we have a really great offer for you. That is, at checkout, you can get a 10% discount on your purchase. if you use the code UNITEDSTAR, that is UNITEDSTAR. So do check WAC Essentials out and avail your 10% discount using this code. Delivery is free all over India. Please do like, share and comment on this video, and do subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. We have some great content lined up for you, and we will see you very, very, very soon.